Hey everyone, welcome to the BDR Day 1 video. This is the commentary version. Let me know how this goes. I'm going to try this out. My films, I'm keeping them kind of short, but releasing a second version with this commentary where I'm just going to watch the film with you and have a few things to say about it. So let's start. We started out in Copake Lake, New York. So when we do it, we usually go north from there. It's my buddy James, and usually I ride with my friend Zach as well. Zach had an injury this trip, so his nephew Jasper came with us. And that's Jasper there.
All right, we ready?
We have my helmet cam and James's helmet cam. And both of us ride, black KLRs. It's hard to tell who's who. That's Zach. He's usually the one riding with us.
I think so.
But James's bike here, you can see he has that sort of taller weed whacker fairing, so you're going to see that on his POV cams. He bought his bike last year, so this was really kind of one of his first rides out on this bike. Mine's an 06 KLR, James's is an 07, Zach's is an 08. So 2 Gen 1s and 1 Gen 2.
We've done 41 miles. Damn, we only have about 100 left. Oh, squirrel.
So we were a little worried because the last year we did it, we really had to push to end in time. So we were kind of a little paranoid about getting enough hours in the day.
Very exciting. Yeah, big air right here. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Whoa, we're about
Jasper's been riding dirt bikes since he was a kid. He's incredible. The guy will just take his bike out in the middle of the woods and hop stumps and everything like that. But he had never ridden anything bigger than, I think, a 250 until this trip. And he just got his motorcycle permit the day before we left for this trip. So he's a totally new rider in terms of bigger bikes or on road. Okay, so this is when James overheated. It was like 90 degrees plus, and we were in full riding kit. And we have more of like adventure riding kit. We don't have dual sport riding kit, so we're not in jerseys that allow like a lot of airflow. So it was hot as hell out there. Gotta say too, Jasper really spearheaded fixing this. And I met Jasper when he was 9 or 10 years old, and at the time he was saving his allowance to build a PC and get a CAD machine. This guy has been like bonkers in terms of mechanical prowess for as long as I've known him. So it was good to have him on the trail for sure. So one breakdown for the day. Took us maybe a half hour to fix, something like that.
Babyhead City, my favorite. This is post-flood, though. I think everything's a little weirder because I don't remember these being hard at all.
So this is James's bike.
Oh, jeez.
And this is mine. Mine's got the lower windscreen. But the good thing about these bikes is we've, had them totally apart so many times that, and they're so basic. There's no fuel pump. There's nothing to go wrong for the most part. And if something does go wrong, we can find it pretty easily usually.
Yeah, this is really nice.
The countryside is just gorgeous this time of year too. So a little something we hadn't talked about is, I got this from Mason ADV, watching his channel. But having a stylus on board with like a little stylus pencil. With a magnet. So I attached the stylus to the handlebars with the magnet, and I also have my Camelback on a magnet as well, so I can just grab it, get some water, and stick it back down. But having that stylus there is incredible. And with Gaia, it was great, seamless. Just kind of getting used to all that weight and that big bike. That feeling when you're riding all day in like 90-degree weather, and then it cools off. And you start to get airflow. Or when you get right off the trail and you get some airflow into your clothing and it's cool air.
Fat rock. Oh, look at this.
So this was a little more technical than it looked. You can kind of see we have to find the right line. But this is Jasper's camera. It turns out, I guess he had the throttle on. He just panicked and he still had the throttle on. So we'd been having a problem all day where Jasper didn't really have a rear brake. Going down that sort of technical section, and it's not terribly technical at all, but just going down and that section, I think he just panicked. He wasn't used to such a large bike, so he was giving it gas accidentally and hitting the front brake. So you could see him, here, watch it again. Yeah, you can just, see him basically mogul down, sliding his front wheel. But again, he's so good off-road. It's a new thing, having such a big bike loaded up with all the gear and all the luggage and stuff.
What was that?
Oh, my chain's off. Oh, yeah, okay.
We're still not sure how the chain fell off. But yeah, so right there, we figured out why Jasper didn't have a rear brake. I guess that had snapped off in a previous accident and no one caught it. So when we must have been out on the power line trails near my place, and that rear brake line snapped. So Jasper didn't have a rear brake the whole time.
There it is. Okay, let's see. Hop in front of me, get to the right-hand side of the lane. Chain looks good. How does it feel?
Feels fine. When was the last time the chain was known to be good?
Before the June trip, which is only 1,500 miles ago.
Oh.
And we get to camp each day. We'd stop for firewood,
a lot to do.
pack it up on the bike.
Yeah, and then you're in no break.
Little tent site. Here we have Zach on the phone, and we're talking to him about Jasper's brake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're just worried. We're basically worried about Jasper going down any of those technical. We've got 2 days of class 4 roads, and if you don't have a rear brake, you only have a front brake. That makes them really difficult.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah.
Have you been able to identify a spot that would have the part?
We haven't. Not yet. We're gonna sort that out in the morning once we get some food in us.
So that night, storms blew in like crazy. Hurricane winds. You're going to see in the next few films where we're going to pass a lot of damage that was caused and a lot of trees down and a lot of roads closed. Vermont had just been hit by huge floods earlier this year in the spring, and most of the BDR Class 4 roads were washed out or unpassable, so we tried to, we picked our way through, but they just couldn't get a break, and they got hit by more storms while we were there. Anyway, thanks for watching.